You are now tuned into the Selflessly Selfish Podcast. I am your host, profoundly unforgettable, the resource you seek, Master Life Coach Teresa Webb, here to encourage, motivate, edify, and inspire you to become the best version of yourself. Welcome back, those of you that are returning, and welcome those of you that are joining for the first time via all major platforms, watching or listening. I am Master Life Coach Teresa Webb, your resource to all things self-care. Now, we've done, I believe, 2 episodes live. This one is going to be pre-recorded, but it's still titled under the topic, Wake Up Worthy. I shared with you the first 2 days some of the things that I needed to do in order to move my life career in the direction that it needed to go. And today is going to be one of those difficult conversations because, of course, we know it can't all be easy, right? That's why they call it growing pains. Every conversation is not going to be an easy conversation. Some are difficult. However, they must be had. We cannot avoid having the difficult conversations. And I tell you this because I love you. So I have to tell you the truth. I've always been brought up that way. You're going to give a person the truth and give them a chance to live. So I want to have a difficult conversation with you today because I want to share some personal things regarding myself and what I needed to do, changes that needed to be made that weren't easy at all. Anytime that we're deciding to go into a different direction or do things in our life, it's going to require us letting go. It's going to require that you make some sacrifices. And that is simply no other way to put it. Growing is a process just as much as healing. They don't call it growing pains for nothing. So we have to be ready for whatever it's going to bring and know that in the end, when the process is completed, that it's going to be worth it. And what I noticed on the journey to change, really trying to get my mindset wrapped around what it is that I desired to do and needed to do, I had to constantly remind myself and refresh myself of the reason why. Why is it? And I'm telling you that you're going to have to keep your why in front of you. And one of the things that concern me most is that a lot of us, we won't get there. You say, why, coach? We won't get there because we're more concerned about what people think than our calling. We're more concerned about people pleasing than we are pleasing God, doing the things that He has called us to do and required us to do. We've made that our priority. We're more concerned with looking like we have something than actually having it. In order to get everything that you deserve, get everything that you desire, and the good gifts that God has in store for you, you got to forget about what people think. You cannot concern yourself with that. You have to focus on yourself. You can't worry about it. You can't share every idea and every concept with everybody. Of course, with the individuals that understand your calling, that's okay to do so because you're going to need a support group during this process. But there will be times when it requires isolation. There will be times when the most important thing in your life is going to be having an effective prayer life, being able to meditate, being able to focus on the things that you need to do. And with that, you're going to have to block out the noise and be okay with that. And those that really love you, they're going to understand. You got to block out the noise. I had to accept, in order for me to wake up early, to wake up feeling worthy, that means I had to have my butt in bed at a reasonable time. And that's something that I still work on every single day because I'm what some would call a night out. And I wrestled with that for a very long time. I didn't want to admit that there was something to the 5 a.m. club. I didn't want to admit that in order to have a great morning or get your morning off to a great start, that means you had to prepare and have a good night. It starts the night before in order to prepare for a great morning. In order to wake up feeling worthy, that means when you lay your head down at night, you have to feel good about the fact that you gave it your all. And the things that you weren't able to get to, we're going to leave some grace for that. In order for me to get to where I am at now and to get to where I'm going, because trust and believe, it's not something that's going to happen overnight. You got to do the work. You got to put the work in. You got to put your time in. It requires a sacrifice. You're able to now truly say that I'm blessed to be a blessing because you did the work. And those people that missed you then, they'll understand because now they'll see the fruits of your labor. They may not see it now, but that's okay. You stay focused on what it is that you have been purposed to do. Make that the most important thing right now. There's people out there that are waiting for you. There are people out there that are waiting for the gift that you have on the inside to be shared with them. I'm hoping that me sharing the process of my journey with you today, that it's going to help ignite. It's going to help stir up something on the inside of you to understand that if I can do it, then so can you. It's just going to require us to give up some things, us to leave some things behind, us to shed off some things. And the question is, are you willing to do that today in order to have a future that you desire? Only you can make that decision. Only you can make that choice. I had to decide. I had to be in bed a certain time. I had to cut out the late night kitchen run snacks. I had to cut all of that out. I didn't realize the impact that it had on me getting a good night's sleep and the effect that it would have on me the next morning. Now that I'm in bed a reasonable time, it allows me to be able to wake up feeling refreshed, wake up feeling worthy, knowing that I'm worthy, wake up with the confidence that I can do the things that I desire to do the things that I need to do, and I can show up for not only myself, but show up for everyone, the individuals that are assigned to me, that resonate with the vision, with the purpose, with my mission, that I can be there. Because you may not think it, and it may not seem like it right now, but you have people that are watching you. You have people that are watching the way that you move, watching your reactions to the things that are going on in the world. They're watching the way that you handle certain situations. And with that alone is enough for me to know that I need to be mindful and cognizant of my actions. Am I perfect? No, far from it. Do I always make the right decision? Absolutely not. But the key to that is when you mess up or you make a mistake, you take accountability for it. Will you always be forgiven? Will they always understand? I don't know. Hopefully. But if not, you've taken accountability. And guess what? Now it's time for you to forgive yourself and move on. You can't allow your past. You can't allow the mistakes that you've made on this journey to stop the process, to stop the work that you've begun, to stop you from moving your life in the direction that it needs to go. Keep that in mind when you wake up in the morning, to know that every day may not be perfect, but you decide the type of day that you're going to have. Listen, we're going to cut it off right here. We're going to stop right here because I want you to come back tomorrow and join me. Put it down in the comments below. See you tomorrow, Coach. Put a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, subscribe to the podcast, the Selflessly Selfish community. Subscribe to a group of individuals that's going to provide you with a safe space that you can come in and share and learn and grow. We share best practices and behaviors that helps us improve our daily self-care so that we can live a balanced life of joy, love, and abundance. Again, I want to say to you that I believe in you. I believe in your power and your ability to exercise every gift that's been given to you. Understand that this is a process. You are not in it alone. Growth is required on this journey. We are not going to enter into the year of 2025 settling for anything less than what God has waiting for us. We're going to go after those things. And you already know I'm going to close with, there's nothing new under the sun. You know it. Because if it has been done, that means it can be done. You just have to find a way to make it your own. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching and for allowing me in your space. If the video resonated with you or you found it helpful, give it a thumbs up, comment, share, and subscribe. Click the bell so that you will be notified whenever new content is uploaded. Until next time, remember, all things are possible when you believe. So stay hopeful and take action.